Stop wasting money and stop buying properties without knowing the title that each property carry. There's a difference between every title. One title does not work for all. You must understand the difference. Hello, I'm the Global Alawale. In my previous video, I remember I mentioned that for every property you buy, you don't own the property outrightly, meaning the government hold the property in trust for you. Now, and I mentioned that when you want to buy a property, especially for investors, you must make requests for some documents, and there are different types of title for each document. We have the C of O, we have R of O, we have deed of assignment, so every title carries different weight at every point in time. So what is a C of O? A C of O is the highest form of title you can have on any document in Nigeria, according to the Land Use Decree Act of 1978. Now, this C of O is usually issued by the government or the FCT in the case of Abuja, the minister. It is issued to you, the buyer, as a proof that the land has been successfully transferred to you, and now you, the buyer, hold the right to use that property for the next 99 years. Now, with this, you have the full legal backing of the government, meaning nobody can dispute the fact that you own that property, and even the government cannot revoke the title on that property without due cause. So the advantage of having a C of O is that you can use it as a mortgage, or you can even use it to secure a loan in the bank, or peradventure you're planning an estate, you can use the C of O to properly plan and structure your estate. Now, what is the R of O? It is the right of occupancy. You see, on the CADA, R of O is lower compared to C of O. However, it is also issued by the government to you. Now, it is temporary, which means that upon allocation to you, you must also continue to further the process of the C of O, because the C of O is what guarantees that this land now belongs to you. So you must understand that the R of O is just transactional, which must ultimately be converted to a C of O in the short term. And by implication, what this means is that you cannot use your R of O to secure a loan or a mortgage or even plan an estate. It's just an R of O. You don't have the full right yet, and the assurance and even the full backing of the government for you to continue to use that land. So the third document that is important for you to take note of and have as a buyer is called the deed of assignment. Now, the deed of assignment is a private document issued to you by the seller. Now, it states that I have the intent to transfer my property to you as the buyer. Now, but without the governor's consent, even the deed of assignment is null and void, meaning the governor must also consent to it. However, it is not a right of occupancy, meaning the land has not been allocated to you by the government. Neither have you finished processing the C of O of that land. The seller must have the right to sell that land to you and transfer the ownership to you in the first place. Now, here's the danger zone. Having a deed of assignment does not mean that you have the land already, or does not mean that you have the right to use it. Remember, you've not even verified if the seller of that land or that property is the true owner. So it's a danger zone and you don't want to work with that. You must ensure that before you conclude every transaction, you must do your search and ensure that that land belongs to the seller and the seller has the right, because it could be a land that is under dispute already. So you see, before you buy any land, it's just simple. Ask the seller of that land, can I see the R of O of that land? Can I see the C of O of that land? This is the only way you can be secured. Make no mistake about it. Remember, it's your investment you are trying to protect. So this is why we have AGIS in Abuja. What AGIS will do for you is that you can verify the title on that document. Verify if the owner, that person claiming to own that land, if they are the true owner of that land. Remember, I said there could be a dispute on that land. So AGIS would help you to verify that. So what I want you to take home from this is that the document that you are receiving at the end of the transaction is as important as the document you are receiving at the beginning of that transaction. So check which document are you receiving. Check which document is the owner issuing to you at the point of that transaction. If not, you are taking a huge risk, and as an investor, you want to take calculated risks and be sure at least minimize your risk. I'm the Global Alawale. I help people make smart investment decisions in real estate, and I also help people get the home they deserve. Till I come your way again next time. Bye.